whole game with my rugged sound. Won't even say your own name when I come around. We back online, we came through blind, we live, we act, we multiply. Get your walk on, get your head right. I know you feeling this shit is dead right. It's a shame you only in the rap game, only for the money and the fame, extra large.
You know, lawsuits is a mother. You know what I'm saying? And it usually be the people around you that get you in the lawsuit. Yeah. And so that's the thing. It's like a love-hate thing with Pimp My Ride. When they went to syndication around the planet, they edited my music out, so they didn't have to, to pay me.
Thought Xzibit's biggest drama was picking rims or TVs?
Anita, check out your brand new ride.
Try a $170 million cannabis empire, claims of hidden money, threats, and divorce drama.
Went through a nasty divorce. Yeah. Well, no, it was fantastic to be divorced. Yeah, that's not the bad part.
This isn't just messy, it's next level. Pimp your knowledge. Now, before we get to the juicy stuff, and trust me, we will get there, let's talk about how Alvin Nathaniel Joyner became the X to the Z Xzibit we know today. Born September 18th, 1974 in Detroit, Michigan, this man didn't come from privilege. No, not at all. His mother, Zelma, who was a writer, passed away when he was just 9 years old.
You know, boys love their moms. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro.
My mom died when I was 9, so I kind of grew up absent of knowing what that feels like.
Yeah.
And that tragedy shaped everything that came after. His father, a military man, remarried and moved the family to Albuquerque, New Mexico, a place young Alvin absolutely hated. By age 10, he started rapping.
Yes, 1996 marks the beginning of a new era.
Partly out of boredom, but mostly as a way to process the pain of losing his mother.
Because I was raised by my dad. My dad was a military guy, right? And so my mother passed when I was young. So that emotional, like, heartwarming, you know.
And maybe that's exactly what he needed. Because when you're dealing with that kind of loss and trying to find your voice in a world that doesn't always listen, sometimes music is all you got. But here's where it gets interesting. And this is something a lot of y'all probably don't know. Xzibit's real breakthrough didn't come from some fancy record deal or industry connection. Nah, this man was grinding at underground hip-hop spots, building his reputation one verse at a time. His 1996 debut album, At the Speed of Life, was like that friend who shows up to the party uninvited, but ends up being the most memorable person there. And I tell you, when success hit, it hit different. We're talking multiple platinum albums with hits like Paparazzi and X. Collaborations with Dr. Dre.
It made a big statement regardless that Dr. Dre would executive produce my albums even if I'm on Sony.
Eminem and Snoop Dogg, because when Drake calls, you answer. That iconic Pimp Your Mind hosting gig that had us all wanting to put fish tanks in our car doors.
I did Pimp My Ride because I thought they was gonna play my videos on MTV. I was the first to step into reality television when it wasn't cool.
Video games like Madden NFL 2001, Street Hoops, and Chrome Valley Customs. Acting roles in movies like XXX State of the Union.
So what you think, D-Train? This enough bang for you?
Gridiron Gang.
Give, and it'll be given in good measure. For whatever measure you deal out to others, it'll be dealt to you in return.
And shows like Empire.
Maybe you won't sound like such a white girl when you rap.
The Boondocks.
As you can see, Dorothy is way past her prime. I mean, look at the paint job.
And American Violet.
My girl! Hey, now get off that truck. You know I need that for work. Damn it!
This man was everywhere, and we were here for it. But y'all know how this story goes. With great success comes great complications. And Xzibit's personal life, child, it's been more complicated than trying to install a hot tub in a Honda Civic. Let's talk about the heartbreak that most people don't know about. Xzibit and his ex-wife, Krista, have had 2 children together. Xavier, who was born prematurely on May 15th, 2008, and died 11 days later.
But then, you know, like when you lose a child or something like that, that's a heavy one. That's what happened to me.
And Gatlin. He also has a son called Tremaine, also known as Trey Capital, a rapper. Now, losing a child, that's the kind of pain that changes a person forever.
You know what I'm saying? It was just like horrible events, you know, that put me in a really dark place.
And while Xzibit kept most of this private, you can hear the weight of that loss in his music. The man dedicated songs to his children, including his son Tremaine from a previous relationship.
Just in case, keep it loaded and locked, ready to rock and shake the spot, foundation.
Because family has always been his anchor, even when that anchor sometimes feels like it's dragging him down. Speaking of family drama, let's talk about these relationships because it's been a journey. Xzibit has been connected to several women over the years, and while he's tried to keep his personal life relatively private, unlike some rappers we could name, the court documents are telling a different story. We got baby mamas, we got marriage drama, and now we got divorce papers flying around like confetti at a messy wedding reception. Now this is where it gets spicy, fam. Krista filed for divorce in February 2021, and what started as what might have been a quiet separation has turned into the messiest public divorce drama since, well, pick your favorite celebrity couple implosion. But here's where it gets really interesting. Her lawyer served a motion alleging Alvin Joyner violated court orders by secretly selling his stake in Brass Knuckles, the cannabis company created during the marriage and once valued at $170 million. $170 million, y'all. We're not talking about some small side hustle here. This man apparently built a cannabis empire while we were all thinking he was just hosting car makeover shows. But wait, because it gets worse. The estranged wife of rapper Xzibit says he secretly sold a $170 million plus cannabis company he founded while they were still married and threatened to kill a witness if he ever testified about where the former MTV Pimp My Ride host was hiding cars and other assets. Threatened to kill a witness? Oh, friend, this went from divorce drama to full-blown legal thriller faster than you can say, yo dog, I heard you like drama. Now here's where the story gets really wild because we got competing narratives about money that don't add up like bad math homework. On one side, we got Xzibit claiming financial hardship. The man said he was experiencing extreme financial difficulties during the pandemic, which honestly, who wasn't? Tours got canceled, appearances dried up, and the entertainment industry took a hit harder than a car before its Pimp My Ride makeover.
I think it's because of the other things that I've been involved with at the time when I started doing other things that weren't popular in hip-hop at the time, like being on reality television.
But on the other side, court documents from earlier disputes included Krista alleging that Xzibit brought in over $1 million in cash from his cannabis businesses alone. Hold up. Over $1 million in cash from cannabis businesses that he supposedly sold secretly? This math ain't mathin'. Krista Joyner has now demanded $230,000 from the paparazzi rapper for legal fees and her bills. And honestly, at this point, I don't know who to believe. We got restraining orders, accusations of hidden assets, and more legal documents than a law school library. Let's talk about this Brass Knuckles cannabis company, because this is the plot twist nobody saw coming. While we were all laughing at spinning rims and neon lights, Xzibit was apparently building what became a massive cannabis business empire. The cannabis industry has been exploding, and celebrities have been jumping in left and right. But according to these court documents, Xzibit wasn't just dipping his toe in the water. He was doing the full Olympic dive.
The first store in Bel Air.
Okay.
Second store is in Chatsworth, in the Valley. Xzibit's West Coast Cannabis.
Got it.
But here's what's really got me shook. If this company was really worth $170 million and created during the marriage, then we're talking about community property laws, asset division, and the kind of money that makes people do crazy things. Xzibit was hit with the restraining order amid their bitter divorce battle, and y'all, when restraining orders start flying, you know the situation has gone from messy to potentially dangerous. The allegations include everything from hidden assets to threats, and Krista recently accused Xzibit of failing to pay his court-ordered child and spousal support for December 2024. This is giving me all the red flags. When you got court orders, restraining orders, and accusations of threats, child, somebody needs to step back and reevaluate their life choices. But plot twist number 47 in this saga, on September 25th, 2024, it was announced by Conor McGregor on an Instagram post that Xzibit joined his new record company, Greenback Records.
I was kind of skeptical, but then I sat down with his team and saw the vision behind the label.
Yes, y'all read that right. Conor McGregor. The UFC fighter is apparently in the music business now, and Xzibit is his latest signing.
What they're doing, and the beauty about putting this out through Greenback Records is that there's no level of expectation, right? Everything we do is a first.
Xzibit performed his first live show under the new record label on Saturday, October 12th in Marbella, Spain at Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. This man is literally performing at fighting events now. It's like his career is having its own Pimp My Ride moment, taking something old and giving it a completely wild makeover. And speaking of music, Xzibit dropped his first album in over a decade called Kingmaker.
I called it Kingmaker because it's a transfer of information. It's not about putting on a crown or sitting, I'm the king.
It's all about energy, he said. And honestly, after all this drama, he probably has plenty of energy to channel into his music. The rapper and actor Xzibit's request for bifurcation was granted, and they were both restored to the status of single persons. So technically, he's single again. But being legally single and being free are two very different things when you've got ongoing financial disputes, asset battles, and enough legal drama to fuel a Netflix series. He did date Isha Brightwell at some point. The identity of who he is currently dating is not known yet.
Now I feel like I'm the best version of that, and I really love the woman I'm with.
Now, about that net worth. And this is where it gets really murky. Different sources are reporting different numbers, and given all this divorce drama and hidden asset allegations, honey, your guess is as good as mine. Some estimates put him at several million. Others suggest the divorce proceedings have taken a significant toll. But if those cannabis business allegations are true, we might be looking at someone who had access to way more money than anyone realized. The real question is, where is all this money now? Y'all, this whole saga teaches us some important lessons. First, always read the fine print when you're building business empires during marriage. Community property laws don't play around. Second, when you're dealing with serious money, get everything in writing. Verbal agreements about lifetime support. In this economy, friend, no. Third, sometimes the person you think you know from TV is dealing with way more behind the scenes than you could ever imagine. As for what's next for Xzibit, he's got new music, new business partnerships, and hopefully eventually some peace in his personal life. The man is 50 years old. He deserves to enjoy his success without all this legal drama. So there you have it, fam. The wild, messy, complicated, and absolutely fascinating story of Xzibit's recent years, from cannabis empires to divorce drama, from restraining orders to new record deals. This man's life has been more unpredictable than a Pimp My Ride reveal. One thing's for sure, Xzibit has never been boring. Whether he's putting fish tanks in car trunks or building million-dollar businesses, he's always been about going big or going home. The question now is, will he be able to navigate through all this drama and come out stronger on the other side? Based on his track record of reinvention, I wouldn't bet against him. But what do y'all think? Is Xzibit hiding money, or is his ex-wife reaching for a bigger payday? Are these business dealings as shady as they sound, or just complicated divorce negotiations? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Is Xzibit getting a fair deal in this divorce, or is there more going on? And be honest, did anyone know about his cannabis empire during Pimp My Ride? If this tea was hot, hit that like button. Celebrity money drama might just beat reality TV. Don't forget to subscribe and ring that bell, because with stories like this, plot twists are always around the corner. Share this with your drama-loving friends, and let's keep the convo going. Until next time, keep your money smart, your contracts tighter, and your drama low.